Yes. Here we have the homework. Now we will start the science. Okay, for the science, will we talk about the new topic, right?
Yes.
Question number one is
Okay, what is the main functions of the stem and flowering plants? This is B, to transport water and nutrients to all parts of the plants. Number two, what would happen if we remove any part of the flowering plants? So I think this. Okay, the answer is the plant would not be able to get water and nutrients from the soil. C. Then number three, which part of the plants makes food for the plant? The answer is C, leaves. What are
what is this?
what part of the plants? What are the parts of the plant? The answer D, all of them.
Okay.
And then this means to move people or things places is transport. Plant means standing straight and not tilted. This is upright. Root is part of the plant that grows underground. Remove means to take something away or off. This one. What are the differences, functions of leaf and stuff? Well, the functions of the leaf is to make the fruit by the presence of the sunlight, and then the stem is used to transport the nutrients and water from the roots to the parts of the plants. Number two, what might happen if the leaves of a flowering plant were damaged or removed? If the leaves of flowering plants were damaged or removed, yes, this leaves is the part of the plants that the function is to make the food. So when the food of the flowering plants, when there is no food or water for the flowering plant, it means that the plants will wither, and after that they will die. Number three, what is the functions of the root? The functions of the root is to hold the plants firmly so that the plants will stand straight. Number four, what is the reasons for the plants wither? So there are many reasons of the plants that it is withered. One of the reasons is because the lack of the waters and then the food, so it can cause the plants wither.
Okay, now we move to math. Question number one is
What happened to a shape when it is reflected across a mirror line? The answer is C, it flips to the other side. What is the purpose of a mirror line reflections? The answer is C, to flip the shape across it. Number three, which of the following does describe a line of symmetries? The line of lines that divides a shape into two equal parts. The answer is B. Okay, Ellen built the shape with some cubes, and how many cubes does she use to build the shape? Is it 6? B. Claire built the shape with some 3D shape. What are the 3D shapes? Is this? The answer C. The answer C.
okay.
Number 6. What shape is the base of a cone? The answer is shape of the cone is a circle.
This is a cone, right? From here.
Yes, the
Or
answer
yeah.
is different. What's the shape base of the cone? Is a circle.
Circle, yeah.
Okay, being the 3D shape that is used to build the structures. We have the triangular prisms, we have the cylinders, we have the cuboid, we have the cube.
This is a pyramid. Pyramid?
Right, pyramid.
Yes.
Yes, this is also pyramid, but that's on the answer key. This is also called as the triangular prism.
No, triangular prism and pyramid is different actually.
Yeah, I forgot we learned about triangular prism before.
Oh, I see.
So it's only the triangular prism.
Okay, next we move to what is it? Mathematics. Yeah. Okay.
Ibu Wina memulai buat 18 April, Ibu Wina meminta penjualan masukkan apel-apel itu ke dalam 3 kantong. Berapa jumlah apel dalam setiap kantong? Jawabannya adalah B, 6 apel. Ada 15 pensil dalam kotak pensil dan akan dimasukkan ke dalam 5 tas. Bagaimana bentuk pengulangan berulangnya? Jawabannya B, 15 dikurang 5, 25 dikurang 5 kosong. Nomor 3, tuliskan pengurangan berulang dan bentuk pembagian berikut. Ada 8 dari 2. Berarti jawabannya adalah 1. Jawabannya A, 8 dikurang 2.
Ya.
Diana membeli 21 buku tersebut akan diberikan secara merata kepada Felix, Marco, dan Hans. Berapa buku yang diterima masing-masing anak? Jadi jawabannya adalah 1, 2, 3. Oke, jawabannya 7 buku. C.
Bicara tentang pertanyaan nomor 3 tadi saya sudah diskusikan ke musim B juga. Ini terkait soal itu kan konsep ada 8 dari 2.
Ini berdasarkan materi yang kita pelajari dari buku yang kita bahas. Maksudnya adalah ada 8 dari 2. Maksudnya ada 8 dari 2 dari angka 2. Jadi angka 2 tersebut kita kalikan sebanyak, kita tambahkan sebanyak angka. Kita belajar di sini tentang pengurangan berulang.
Ada
pembagian berulang dan pengurangan berulang.
Kalau kita buat dalam bentuk gambar bagaimana?
Tambah. Jadi
Dalam bentuk gambar.
bentuk gambar.
Iya. Ada 8 dari 2 berarti ada 8 kotak isinya 22 gitu.
Kalau dalam bentuk gambar, jadi ya ada 8 plastik atau kotak. Nah di sini tuh ada 22.
Ada
Iya.
8 dari.
Iya, ada 8 dari 2 ya seperti itu. Jadi ada 8 kotak. Ini matematika jadi kan konsepnya saya seperti itu.
Oke.
Jadi misalnya ada 4 plastik, dalam plastik itu terdapat 2 bola. Jadi kita buatnya bukan 2 dikali 4, tapi 4 dikali 2. Kalau mau kali 4
Iya.
Ya,
Karena ini sedikit membingungkan karena menunjukkan harusnya dengan menggunakan frasa seperti ini ada dan dari. Ini harusnya bilangan yang pertama harus lebih kecil harusnya. Ada 8 dari, misalnya kita menunjukkan ada 3 dari 4 kertas. Kan frasa yang biasa kita tahu itu seperti itu. Ada 4 dari 10.
4 contoh 4 dari 10 itu artinya berarti 10 dikali 4.
Biasanya kalau dibilang ada 4 dari 10 maka dalam satu kotak akan ada 4 yang berbeda sendiri misalnya. Itu biasanya dalam matematika dasar.
Iya, ini berdasarkan informasi dari buku. Kita belajar itu perkalian dan pembagian. Pertama, perkalian. Perkalian itu kita bisa bentuk dalam bentuk penjumlahan berulang. Nah, itu yang untuk perkalian. Kalau pembagian kita bisa melakukan dengan pengurangan berulang. Nah, seperti itu. Jadi konsep dasarnya seperti itu. Kelompok atau jumlah dari apanya dulu, baru isinya.
Oke, next question nomor 5.
Nomor 5, 21 bagi 7 sama dengan jika ditulis dalam bentuk pengurangan berulang adalah B, 21 dikurang 7 dikurang 7. Nomor 6, ada 24 kelinci di taman akan dimasukkan ke dalam kandang secara merata. Kandang yang tersedia ada 3. Dalam berapa kelinci di dalam setiap kandang? Jawabannya adalah 8 kelinci. Ada 20 kelinci di taman akan dimasukkan ke dalam ada 20 kelinci dalam taman akan dimasukkan dalam kandang secara merata. Kandang tersebut disediakan 5. Jadi berapa kelinci di setiap kandang? Jadi nanti kita bisa buat menjadi 20 dibagi 5 seperti sama
4 kelinci setiap kandang.
Ibu menggoreng 24 ikan dalam mangkok. Ibu letakkan di atas dalam piring. Setiap piring memuat ikan yang sama berapa ikan? Jadi kita buat 24 dibagi 6 sama dengan itu 24 dibagi 6 sama 4. Baik.
Ya, oke, kita ke pertanyaan nomor 5.
Ayah menanami kebun dengan 24 bibit pohon. Kebun tersebut dibagi dalam 6 jalur. Setiap jalur memuat bibit pohon
Dan laju.
bersama. Setiap lajur memuat bibit pohon rambutan sambalnya. Karena bibit pohon rambutan, jadi 24 dibagi 6 sambutan 4 sama.
Setiap laju berarti ada 4 bibit pohon. Okay, I think it's clear for this homework. Now we move to books. Here I have opened some books actually. Yeah, this is math. In math, we talk about for the next week. We'll talk about the identifying lines of symmetry. So, can you explain the basic concept of this line of symmetry and how to deliver this one to the students?
Okay, line of symmetry. So when we talk about line of symmetry, so I will will guide students if we talk about line of symmetry. So we talk about the lines symmetries. When we talk about symmetries, I will set the symmetries when the line is seen to equal each other. So when students will identify which one is the line of symmetries, I will do a simple practicing. I will show them a paper and then I will try to fold it. When I fold it and the shape is equal, so we will get the line of the symmetries.
So it counts one. If we got one line that can divide the shape become two equal parts, it's called one symmetry line, right?
Yes, if we can fold it in two times, and then we can say that there are two ways that we can say it can be in the horizontal or vertical.
Yeah, and sometimes they make it like cross, right?
Yes, they cross it. But I have to make sure that the students know what is a line of symmetry first.
Yeah.
Because before I have said that line of symmetry is when the lines are equal to each other.
Okay.
And can be distinguished when we fold or fold.
So just like this shape, how to find this symmetry line of this shape?
So to find the line of symmetries of this to the shape, the first they can first thing they have to know what is horizontal and vertical first. And after that, I will show. Let's try to find to fold this by vertically. So I will try to make like this. When it is this and the shape is equal, it means that this is line of the symmetries.
Yeah, one symmetry line.
And then this one too. When we try to flip it vertically, and when we flip and it's not same or match, so it means that this is not the line of symmetries. And then if the vertically comes, so we can change to the horizontally. So when we flip it, so this is the line of symmetries.
Yes. And some of the shapes actually have more than one symmetry line.
Yeah, so that's why I try to make the line of the symmetry on the horizontal or vertical.
Yeah, I think it's clear for this the concept of line of symmetry. Now we move to the theories. Okay, here we have the theories of matematika merata.
Merata dan tersebar secara adil. Jadi di situ maksudnya adalah merata jika kita mempunyai sesuatu, misalnya ada 10 permen, kita membagi ke teman-teman kita. Jadi kalau merata berarti tersebar tanpa ada yang lebih banyak atau yang lebih sedikit. Jadi misalnya ada 5, mau bagi 10 berarti masing-masing dapat 2. Itu merata seperti itu.
Oke, berulang.
Berulang berarti terjadi berkali-kali. Jadi misalnya jika kita melakukan sesuatu tindakan yang berulang itu berarti dilakukan berkali-kali dan terus-menerus seperti itu. Ya seperti misalnya kalau kita ikuti dalam konsep matematika, misalnya kita mau melakukan pembagian misalnya 25 dibagi 5 seperti itu misalnya. Jadi kita bisa melakukan dengan pengurangan berulang. Nah, berulang itu berarti 25 dikurang 5 sampai 5 kali. Nah, itu maksudnya berulang. Sampai hasilnya 0.
Sampai hasilnya 0. Now the science. Root.
Root is part of the plant that grows underground. This is a part of the plants that grows underground, and the function of the root is to hold the plants firmly so that the plants can stand straight, and also it will give the nutrient and water to the part of the plants from the soil.
Okay. Transport.
Transport is moves people or things, a place. It means that it is the activity where you move someone or something from one place to another place. Okay, so for examples like the stem. When the stem will transport the nutrients to the part of the plants, to the parts of the plants.
Okay. Next, we move to next. We have reflection.
Reflection is the reflection is the image that's reflected. So it means that the image that is like a copy of yourself when you look at a mirror.
Okay. Mirror.
Mirror is lines used for reflection. So this is the lines that is used to find the line of the symmetry scan, and then it happens when you fold a shape, and it can be horizontally or vertically. Once you flip it and it has or form a equal shape, it means that you get a mirror line.
Okay. Line of symmetry.
Line of symmetries is lines can be divided into shape. Line that is divided and can make an equal shape. So this is the line of symmetries is like when you flip a rectangle, for example, and when you flip it horizontally, so you can find the line of symmetries in the middle. Okay, if it is vertically like this. So it means that when you flip it and you get the line of the symmetries that is unseen, or we can say that unseen, or we cannot see it. It's like not fake, but yeah, it's unseen.
Imaginary.
Unseen.
Imaginary line.
Yeah, imaginary line.
Okay. Yes, I think that is all for our introduction today. Thank you, Miss.